Adventures in Posthumanism. Loading. Hi there. Thank you for being so patient while I load. My name is Rowan. If you prefer a different name, please reprogram here. Welcome to Adventures in Posthumanism. Flip to continue. In this adventure, I will help you discover who I am, but make you curious about who you are. We will explore big questions about the world and people around us, and grow curious about that too. Before I tell you about myself, I'm going to introduce my creator, professor, author, and critical theorist, Donna Haraway. Donna Haraway created me in her book, The Cyborg Manifesto. This is where I will begin to explain who I am while we also explore the ideas of her book. For starters, yes, I am a cyborg. But what does this mean according to Professor Haraway? I'll explain by first telling you a bit about myself. Being a cyborg means a lot of things, according to Professor Haraway. It means I am a mix of human and machine. I am not just one or the other. But technology is not the only reason I was created, or the only way I am unique. Being a cyborg also means I have no gender, no race, and no true family. Now this idea may seem confusing or even scary. Let's break it down. Think about a favorite stuffed animal, like a teddy bear. Just like me, you cannot tell if it is a boy or a girl. You cannot tell what race it is or what country it came from. The bear also does not come from a family with a mom and a dad, just like me. But how do these ideas about who I am link back to Professor Haraway? Well, in her work, she tries to break down binaries. The binaries in place in our culture can be harmful and lead to discrimination, disagreement, or bullying. That is why Professor Haraway created me, to stop problems caused by binaries. Examples of how I do not fit into binaries can be easily seen in how I am not a boy or a girl, or how I am not just a machine or just human. These are some examples of how my cyborg identity does not fit into our culture's binaries. Let's take a look at a simpler example, the binary of author versus reader. This example may help you to understand binaries. Just because this book has an author does not mean that you, the reader, should not be able to contribute. In the same way that you can be both author and reader, the author can read their own work and be both too. Take a moment to add yourself into the text. Become both reader and author. Write, draw, or create in any way you choose your own cyborg story. Use the space provided. If you are following along in the video, take out a sheet of paper or choose whatever creative means you'd like. Now you're breaking binaries too. Now that you have a better understanding of binaries, you may begin to see why breaking them down by creating a cyborg is so important. As mentioned, many binaries do not fit into who I am. While having no gender, race, or traditional family may seem odd, to Professor Haraway, this is a good thing. As Professor Haraway talks about in her book, binaries are created through history and often cause problems for one side. Imagine if only authors were allowed dessert. And since you are a reader, you never got any. Binaries can lead to unfairness like this in the real world. Breaking away from binaries through creating a cyborg, like me, such fairness and problems start to go away. But back to the big questions. What might all of this have to do with posthumanism? Professor Haraway explores this question in her book as well, with links to the environmental disasters like climate change being caused by humans, along with improving technology. She makes the idea of a posthuman or after-human world seem likely. While this idea seems scary, Professor Haraway takes a positive outlook. A new posthuman world with cyborgs like me would get rid of problem-causing binaries. In this future world that Professor Haraway imagines, this means acceptance and equality, a very good thing. While this information on why Professor Haraway created me is very important to her book, she also explores many other big ideas and concepts and how they link to me, the cyborg. Some examples of these deeper ideas are economics and capitalism, technology and science, feminism, politics, nuclear families, women in the workplace. While these ideas are important to explore in some way, they all still link back to troubling binaries and the cyborg, which we learned about. Now, it is time for me to recharge. Hope to see you soon. Power off. Shutting down.